Hey, Will, good to see you. You obviously had a decision to make this past summer. Why did you want to come back to Denver?
Will, you're muted. It looks like we see you talking, but no audio's coming out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Got you now. Yep.
I felt like it was a simple decision. I feel like if our roster is healthy, I feel like we're a championship team. From what I saw, the sample size I seen when we were healthy and we were playing, I mean, the record speaks for itself. We were one of the best teams in the NBA. So I just wanted to, see if we could stay healthy and see where we end at the end of the season.
Next, we'll go to Chris Dempsey.
Hey, Will, good to see you, man. Okay, in that respect, then, I mean, I guess how seriously were you not a Nugget, or did you just know the entire time that no matter what was happening elsewhere in free agency, this was the place that you were going to eventually sign?
I felt real confident that I would be back in Denver. Obviously, it's a business, and things happen fast, especially in free agency. But I always knew the interest was mutual. It was just about getting it done, and we've been together for a long time, so I didn't think it'd be any funny business, and that's what happened, man. We just got it done, and I wanted to be there. They wanted me back, so it's easy to get deals done when both parties feel the same way, basically.
Next, we'll go to Vinny Benedetto.
Hey, Will, during last season, I remember you saying you spent the previous offseason really not touching a ball, just kind of working on your body. And I was just curious how you spent this offseason by comparison.
Yeah, this offseason has been different from last. It's more what I'm used to, more of what it's been in the past, being able to lift, condition, and work on my game and play basketball and actually get better and put reps in and put a lot of sweat equity into the gym. And I'm getting better. I'm feeling great. I'm moving great. And, that's all I can ask for, especially with the last two off seasons for me. So it's just a blessing, really. And I'm excited and anxious, and I just can't wait to get back to it.
We'll go to Katie Wingy next.
Hey, Will, great to see you. Jamichael had mentioned earlier that you guys chatted just a little bit during the period of free agency. Did you talk to anybody else on this Nuggets team, or did your teammates reach out to you when there was still kind of a question mark as to if you would be back?
Definitely. Me and Jamichael definitely talked. I talked to Michael. I talked to Monte Morris. I talked to PJ Dozier a lot. I would say I talked to those guys. I talked to Jamal too. I would say I talked to those guys the most about, just free agency, what it would look like if I came back. And, obviously I have good relationship with those guys off the court. So ultimately they wanted me to do what was best for myself also. But, all the guys wanted me back, and they knew I wanted to be back and play with them. And we all feel like we have unfinished business. So we're all on the same page and locked in and focused.
We'll go back to Mike Singer.
Hey, Will, I know we've talked about this before, but you're the longest tenured Nugget there. How much did that aspect play a part in your decision in wanting to, like you just said, talk to all those guys, good relationships, and wanting to see it through and realize your guys' potential?
It's just a part of my DNA and my character. Anytime I start something and I'm there from the beginning, if I can, if the relationships are still good, I'm just a loyal guy. I always want to see that through, especially when you have the potential to do something special and do something great. And like I said, with us being fully healthy, I really believe truly in my heart that we can win a championship. So with that belief, the relationship's still strong, it's still good. Me wanting to be there, the guys want me to be there, coaching staff, the front office. It played a big role. And like you said, I'm the longest tenure Nugget now. So I've seen it go from barely no fans, we're not winning games, to now being one of the top teams in the NBA with a real chance of winning the title. A lot of teams can't say that. So I mean that means a lot to you as a person and as a player. So anytime you can, if you have a chance to see that through and it's good business and you still have a big role, why not?
Next, we'll go to Chris Dempsey.
Hey, Will, what both you and Jermichael have said, they basically praised the organization for making you feel at home, feeling like a family. Just what is it about what's happening within this organization that's making players from everywhere that come into it feel so comfortable and want to stay?
I think it's the front office and the coaches. Goes back to even when Torres and Tim were together. They were there when I first came, basically running the front office, and they always supported anything I wanted to do. Always easy to talk to, always around the guys, always around the team, giving me feedback, whether it be criticism or support. Then you got Coach Malone. He's been there as long as I've been there, and we've always communicate together, whether he agreed with me or I agreed with him. There's always been a strong line of communication and a respect between him and I. So when you have all those things fall into place, that's kind of like if you think about how your family works. Gonna be great days, it's gonna be bad days, but as long as that respect in there and that love is there, you can always come back and figure things out. And I think that's how it's been here.
Next, we'll go to Brendan Vogt.
Hey, Will, for all you have seen in Denver, we haven't seen you personally fully healthy for a playoff run yet. And you've been with these guys for so many battles, but does that drive you at all? Does that factor into that sort of finished business you were talking about?
To be honest with you, Brendan, that's my ultimate drive right now. I've did a lot in my NBA career. I've overcame so many obstacles, coming from a second round pick to not playing, to trying to fight to be a rotational guy, to being a sixth man, to trying to show I'm better than the sixth man, to starting, and just producing that in all those roles. And then I feel like the only thing I haven't done is performed at a high level in the playoffs, and that's been because of, basically even injuries and not being available. So it's like, it's like the last thing on my checklist to do is go out there and perform at a high level in the playoffs and help my team get to our ultimate goal. So, I mean, to be honest with you, that's the biggest driving force every day when I get up to work out, when I'm putting in work in the weight room, conditioning, or on the court, is telling myself, you still have work to do. You still haven't done what you wanted to do in the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to that.
Next, we'll go to Harrison Wind.
Hey, Will, with no Jamal, at least for the start of the season, have you thought about how more could be asked of you offensively without him and his 20 points per game in the lineup, at least to start the year?
I mean, I know I'll have to do more, but if you look back at my career here, that's what it's been from the very beginning. My first 4 year, Wilson goes down. Before that, I don't know how much I was going to play. Wilson goes down, and I produce at a high level. A couple times, Gallo, when he was in and out the lineup, him and Wilson, and I had to up my game, and I did that. Gary would go down sometimes when I was coming out the bench, and I had to start there and produce at a high level. Same with Jamal. Maybe he'd go down for a game, and coach would play me at point guard. That's just been my role here, is to fill holes and produce when guys go down, because I have that ability. So to be honest with you, it'll be really nothing new for me. I just got to go out there and play my game and be me.
We'll go back to Mike Singer.
Hey, well, to follow up on that, you talked about at the end of the season, you wanted to be appreciated, you wanted to have a significant role. How much was that a point of discussion this offseason, your role, and obviously how satisfied are you with it, where it's at going into this season?
I mean, obviously, I'm in year 10 now. Still got a lot of good basketball left in me. So you want to be on a winning team at this point in your career, and you also want to, have a big role on that team. And those were the biggest things in my free agency. And look, they know what I bring to the table. I know what I bring to the table. My teammates know. So it it was. I didn't have to have a lot of discussion with them about that. Me and Coach Malone, we both know what's up. Tim knows what's up, and the players do. So, I mean, I think we're all on the same page with that. And now it's just about getting out there and executing and getting it done. That's just what it is at this point.
All right, well, it looks like we got one more for you. We'll end with Harrison Wind.
Hey, Will, Bones Hyland said he had a previous relationship with you going back a ways. I'm just curious about your scouting report on him and what you think of him as a player.
Yeah, man, Bones when he was in high school went to my elite camp in Baltimore, and we developed a relationship from there. We would talk on and off, either through text message, sometimes FaceTime, Instagram. We just always kept in touch from there, and it just grew. It just grew, and I remember when Tim asked me. I think this was before the draft was actually about to start, but our season was over, and he asked me how I felt about him, and I just told him, I mean, he's a bucket. He knows how to play the game the right way, and he's a dog. And if he's available when you guys have that pick, I feel like you should take him. I mean, I didn't know he would actually take him, but he did, and I feel like he fits the culture here. His scoring ability, his playmaking ability, his fire and desire. He plays with a lot of passion. He's one of those guys that wants to get better and believes in himself. And anytime, that reminds me of myself. It reminds me of myself, especially when I came to the league. So anytime you have a guy like that, you can add him to a roster. It could only boost it. I mean, I feel like Jamal has that same attitude. Michael Porter has that same attitude. I have that same attitude. Monte. I mean, the list goes on. So, I mean, it's only going to make us better. He has a bright future.
All right, well, that'll do it. We appreciate you taking the time today, man.
I appreciate you guys, man.